In today's video, we are going to be covering why servicing your car is important, which parts are changed and the role they play, and we are also going to be looking at the dealership versus private servicing and how I serviced my Ford Figo. So, first thing first, servicing a car involves performing routine maintenance tasks and repairs to keep the vehicle running smoothly and reliably. It typically includes checking and replacing various parts, fluids, and components, as well as addressing issues or potential problems that are identified during the service. So the specific tasks involved in a car service can vary depending obviously on the make of the vehicle and the model, as well as the service schedule recommended by the manufacturer. So for those of you who have vehicles that are out of service warranties, these are some of the items that you need to change on a regular basis. Some change it each and every 6 months, some change it each and every year, and also others they change it after every, let's say, 10,000 kilometers or 20,000 kilometers. Right, so here is a list of the things that you would need to change on a regular basis. So you've got your oil filter, air filter, engine oil, and then engine flush, and then petrol filter, spark plugs, and your air con filter. So we're just gonna explain a bit in terms of what these parts do and what role do they play within a vehicle. So the first one is the air filter. So the function of the air filter in a car is to prevent dirt and dust from entering the engine's combustion chambers. The air filter is typically located in the air intake system, which draws in outside air for combustion. Right, the air filter traps contaminants before they reach the engine, helping to protect the engine from damage and maintain its efficiency. If the air filter becomes clogged and dirty, it can restrict airflow to the engine and reduce performance. A dirty air filter can also cause increased fuel consumption and emissions. The next thing that we are going to look at is the oil filter. So the function of the oil filter in a car is to remove contaminants from the engine oil. The engine oil is circulated through the engine to lubricate its moving parts and to cool it down. During this process, the oil can pick up dirt, dust, and metal shavings and other particles that can cause damage to the engine if left unfiltered. The oil filter is typically located in the engine's oil circulation system and works by filtering the oil as it flows through the filter. The filter contains material that traps contaminants and allows clean oil to pass through. Over time, the oil filter can become clogged with contaminants and lose its ability to effectively filter the oil. Regular oil changes, which involves replacing the oil filter at the same time, can help ensure that the engine oil remains clean and that the engine is protected from damage. A clogged oil filter can cause reduced oil pressure, engine wear, and decreased performance. The next thing that we are going to look at is the engine flush, and the function of the engine flush in a car is to clean the engine's internal components, including the oil passages, galleries, and hydraulic filters. An engine flush is typically performed by adding a cleaning agent to the engine oil and running the engine for a short period before draining the oil and replacing it with fresh oil. The cleaning agent is designed to break down and remove sludge, carbon deposits, and other contaminants that can accumulate in the engine over time. These contaminants can reduce engine performance, cause overheating, and lead to premature engine wear and tear. The next item that we are going to look at is the engine oil itself. The function of engine oil in a car is to lubricate the engine's moving parts, reduce friction, and help dissipate heat. The engine oil is circulated through the engine by the oil pump and helps to protect the engine from wear and tear caused by friction between moving parts. In addition to lubricating the engine, the oil also helps to cool it down by absorbing and dissipating heat generated during engine operation. It also helps to prevent corrosion and rust by coating the engine's metal surfaces. Over time, the engine oil can become contaminated with dirt, debris, and other particles, which can reduce its effectiveness and cause damage to the engine. Regular oil changes, which involve draining the old oil and replacing it with fresh oil, can help ensure that the engine is clean and effective at protecting the engine. The next thing that we are going to look at is the petrol filter, and its function in a car is to remove impurities and contaminants from the fuel before it reaches the engine. The petrol filter is typically located in the fuel line between the fuel tank and the engine. Fuel can contain impurities such as dirt, rust, and other particles that can damage the fuel injectors and other engine components if they are allowed to pass through. The petrol filter traps these contaminants and prevents them from reaching the engine, which improve fuel efficiency and engine performance. Over time, the petrol filter can become clogged with contaminants, which can reduce the fuel flow and cause a decrease in engine power. Regular maintenance, such as replacing the fuel filter at the manufacturer's recommended intervals, can help ensure that the fuel system is free from contaminants and operating efficiency. The next thing that we are going to look at is the spark plug. Their function in the car is to ignite the air-fuel mixture in the combustion chamber of an internal combustion engine. The spark plug is a small device that delivers an electronic spark and ignites the compressed air fuel mixture in the combustion chamber. The spark plug is connected to the ignition system and receives a high voltage electrical current that jumps across a small gap at the end of the plug, creating a spark. This spark ignites the air fuel mixture in the combustion chamber, which generates the energy needed to power the engine. The spark plug is subjected to high temperatures and pressures during operation, and it can wear out over time, which can cause misfiring, poor performance, and reduced fuel efficiency. Regular maintenance, such as inspecting and replacing the spark plug at the manufacturer's recommended intervals, can help ensure the engine is running smoothly and efficiently. The next thing that we are going to look at is the air-con air filter. So the function of the AC filter in the car is to filter the air that is circulated through the AC system to remove impurities and contaminants such as dust, pollen, and other airborne particles. The AC air filter is typically located inside the car's cabin, behind the dashboard or the glove compartment. The AC system in a car draws in outside air through the AC air filter and circulates it through the system to cool and dehumidify the air. The AC air filter traps contaminants and prevents them from entering the AC system, which can improve indoor air quality and protect the AC system from damage. Over time, the AC air filter can become clogged with debris, which can reduce airflow and cause the AC system to work harder, leading to decreased cooling performance and increased energy consumption. Regular maintenance, such as inspecting and replacing the AC air filter, can help ensure the AC system is operating efficiently and effectively. There you have it, guys. We've covered the parts that need to be replaced during servicing. So now we are going to look at the advantages of servicing your vehicle at a dealership. So the first one will be expertise, and then the second will be warranty coverage, and then the third will be genuine parts, and then the fourth one will be convenience, and then the fifth one will be records and history. And then here are also some of the advantages if you choose to service your car privately. So the first one will be lower cost, and then the second one will be personalized service, and then the third one is flexible scheduling. You can call your mechanic and go and have your car serviced anytime. And then there is also trust and transparency, because obviously the mechanic will be trying to build a relationship with you so that you can come back again to them. And then the fifth one will be specialized expertise, because obviously maybe if this person has been dealt with that specific vehicle or that specific model, they would have gained that specialized expertise. So earlier on this year, I wanted to service my vehicle. So I went to Ford Mbombela and I got a quotation for my 2012 Ford Figo. and here is what they quoted me for. So as you can see on this quotation, they quoted me for the air filter, the fuel filter, spark plug. So my car takes 4 of them, and then I've got your oil filter, and then you've got your plug oil drain, and then your fuel filter for the filter, sorry, for the AC, and then the engine oil itself. So for all those items, they quoted me a total of 1,944, and in addition they said there will also be a labor, because obviously somebody has to work on this. So approximately they said it will cost me about 1,600 for labor, meaning that the total to service this vehicle, it was going to be 3,544. And at the time I didn't have that cash lying around, so I opted to go for somebody privately, like to look for a mechanic and service my vehicle. So here is what I did, guys. As you can see, I went to this place and I bought the parts and the filters myself. So I bought, as you can see from the receipt, the air filter, cabin filter, engine flush, and then your fuel filter, and then the engine oil, and then the spark plug. I also bought 4 of them, and it's the same, it's basically the same things that I was also quoted from Ford. And as you can see, I paid 1,342 rands for everything. And initially the mechanic, the guy said he wanted about 500, and I had to negotiate him down to 350, right? So at the end of the day, he charged me 350 for his labor. So in total I paid 1,692 for everything. So remember, guys, obviously if you've got a mechanic who is servicing your vehicle under a tree or at his place, there is some risks and all that, but as long as the person knows how to do his work, then you should go for it. So at the end of the day, I ended up saving, or not even spending, half of what Ford had actually quoted me. Well, guys, there you have it. If you found value on this video, please do leave a like and subscribe to our channel. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers for now.